everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a what I eat in a day. It's going to span over 2 days, and this footage kind of got a little lost on me. We did have a tornado if you follow me on Instagram or saw my YouTube update, and it just rocked us. We've never experienced one before, so it got all out of loop, and one of these days is my birthday, so I'm just sharing some of the foods we eat on my birthday. But right now I am just getting some herbs for breakfast as well as some roses. As you can see, these roses have taken over and they die pretty quickly, sadly enough, so I'm just trying to get a few in water, and I'm also going to use a few to dry so I can put them into oil form and use them on my face. So I'm going to get all of these inside and start on breakfast.
Into your eyes, I see we're out of time. I guess no one's to blame, nobody crossed the line.
Hey my friends, we are going to be making some egg in the hole with homemade bruschetta. You can totally omit the bruschetta if you want, but an egg in a hole essentially is toast with an egg in the center. So I'm going to do 2 for my husband with regular eggs. Then I'm going to make mine with this super firm tofu, a little bit of turmeric for some coloring, onion powder. You could optionally use a seasoning called kala namak, which is like an egg-like black salt. It's an Indian spice that I get from the market here. I'm not going to use it because I don't have any, but we are making a trip down there today, so I'm going to pick some up. I do have some plant butter right here, and for the bruschetta I'm just going to do olive oil, cherry tomatoes, and some basil from the garden, a little bit of green onion, fresh black pepper, and sometimes I do a dash of balsamic. It just depends how I'm feeling. So let me show you how I put this together. All you need to do is make a hole in the egg and fry this on cast iron or whatever you choose to do, and then your egg will cook into the bread. So I am excited. Let's get going. I just used the lid to my salt, and then I take my hands and I just press a hole in. You could certainly just cut it with a knife if you wanted, but we are gonna try and make a perfect, close to perfect circle here. And then you just fry the egg in there, and these are nice to serve on the side. They're a little crispy, so yeah, that's optional as well.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, man, shit, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now, don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street, with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice, but hey, don't you want?
So I served mine with some fresh fruit and some bruschetta. This is my husband's plate with strawberries and blueberries. And the bruschetta just has tomato, fresh basil, garlic, and balsamic in there. And it is so good. I'm using that as like a ketchup replacer. I'm trying to watch my sugar, so yeah, this was breakfast, and now I have an appointment. I just stopped and took some footage along this trail here. It's super beautiful, but that's, I guess, when I started noticing the sky. I was in my dentist appointment. Someone knocked on the window and told us that we needed to find shelter. We needed to look outside. So here it is. This is the tornado. Some of you may experience tornadoes often. This is a first for us, so we were terrified. I was also separated from my family and my children at the time because I was not at an appointment and noticed that it was very close to our house. So this actually prompted me to call my husband, and he responded with this video and said it's just, getting closer. It was about a mile down the road. I am just so grateful that my family wasn't affected too deeply and everyone seemed to be okay around us. I know a lot of livestock lives were lost, but all in all, it was a pretty small tornado, so we are just thankful that it didn't affect our community greater than it did. And now I am just moving on to lunch. We stopped at Panera. I get the Mediterranean vegetable. I switch out the bread for whole grain bread. And then I get it without feta. I used to work at Panera Bread, so I'm pretty familiar with their menu. That is my son's mac and cheese, and my husband stopped at Freddy's Burgers. Hello. This is the first time you are seeing my face on this little what I eat in a day vlog. It is my birthday. Usually not a fan of birthdays, but I do love eating on my birthday all of my favorite foods. So for dinner, I am going to make some pierogis. So a lot of you that have been here since the beginning, much love to you, but you've seen me make this. It's really standard. I will drop my recipe down below. I always switch it up, make different variations every single time, but today I'm just gonna make a classic potato. And then I'm gonna roast some onions, cabbage, and kale and some olive oil. That's not everyone's cup of tea, so it's not necessary to make the dish, but I really enjoy onions, especially sauteed onions, with my pierogis. And then I'm gonna make my husband some bratwurst and then myself some vegan bratwurst, and that is going to be our dinner. We're gonna have a nice little fire with the family, and I did make a chocolate cake. I put it in my Angel Food cake pan, and what I did was just take a classic organic box of cake mix. I did chocolate, and I'm gonna use vanilla icing. Both are vegan, but instead of putting the ingredients that it calls for, like eggs, milk, and butter, I just use 3 tablespoons of flax with 9 tablespoons of water, and then I do a cup of soy milk, and then on top of that, just to make it a little bit more rich, I use some vegan butter, and then I just cook it and frost the cake. And I like to top my chocolate cakes with a sour fruit, so I'm gonna probably do nectarines or pineapple. So I will show you that, and I'm just gonna end the night by the fire. I will show you some clips from there. I just want to say thank you for being here, and I am just so happy for everyone's support. Let's get right into this recipe. I am over here drooling. I'm excited to share it with you. Let's go. All right, so here's what you're gonna need. Leftover mashed potatoes, or just make some new mashed potatoes. I have onions, cabbage, kale. Then over here, I whipped up some dough. So that's 2 cups of high altitude flour. You could just use regular flour. I have a tablespoon of olive oil, a pinch of salt. I have some oregano in there and garlic, as well as 1 cup of water. Roll this dough out and then put some potato in it and fry it up and call it good. Just gonna coat some of these in olive oil, salt, and pepper, call that good, and then I'm gonna start with the bratwurst. All right, so the veggies there are coated in olive oil, salt, and pepper, and to make it easier, I'm just putting my husband's bratwurst on the same pan. I'm gonna cook it and serve his with marinara and some onion and some pepper. Oh, really? So some flour down, I'm just gonna roll out my dough. You I've probably seen this before.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty up from the minute that I met you. want your attention. You make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting buzzing rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk.
We had some cake as a family and ended up putting the kids to bed, and we just went outside and had a fire and chatted. It was such a wonderful birthday. It was such a good way to end it, and I'm happy that you took the time to spend the day with me. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, got some meal inspiration. If you do have any questions about any of the recipes, please comment in the comment box below. You know, I always like to chat with all of you. As always, stay adventurous, stay creative, and I will see you next time, y'all. Bye.